This week we've had the spectacle of watching some lawyers representing a terrorist group, namely Hamas. Now, I think this is a good indicator in time, a good time to mark on the map and say, look how far the rot has spread here. We're actually discussing a terrorist group and we've got a bunch of human rights lawyers lecturing us on, well, the law says this, the law says that. I just find this to be abhorrent on every level. So here's a little film footage pumped out by the lawyers here in an attempt to glamorise what they're doing.
We are instructed by Hamas. We are today at the Home Office and we are going to hand in an application under Section 4 of the Terrorism Act to have them removed from the list of proscribed organisations. We have the application in here which contains very, very strong legal arguments grounded in national and international law, and we're about to hand it in to Yvette Cooper and ask her to have some courage and make the correct decision.
So for a bit of background, I'm going to pop on a post that one of the gentlemen on that video made after the October 7th massacre by the terrorist group Hamas. This is what that gentleman said. If you spend your life stepping on someone's head, don't be surprised if he bites your ankle from time to time. Well, I consider that quite a glib take, considering that was the day that people were being massacred. So these are the types of people that you're dealing with here. This person here is a strong believer in Hamas, obviously. I mean, he believes enough in Hamas to represent them in court and to put a hashtag Hamas on there. So this is a gentleman who promotes a terrorist group, namely Hamas, and Hamas like to kill people because they are a terrorist group. Now, this gentleman here was part of the legal team. There was another gentleman on this video here who was interviewed on LBC.
Well, the main story we're talking about on Talk Drive today is Hamas using the European Convention on Human Rights to challenge its prescription as a terrorist organisation in the UK. One of the barristers behind that at Garden Court Chambers is Frank McGuinness, who joins me now. Frank, good evening.
Good evening. Good day, Martatu. How are you?
Tell me, Frank, I don't want to mischaracterise this. This case, to me anyway, and tell me if I'm wrong, is specifically saying that Hamas should not be proscribed as a terrorist organisation in the UK.
Yes, that's right. It's not a case yet, is it? It's an application, and it's for the Secretary of State to decide it one way or the other. And if she decides that she doesn't want to deprescribe, then it becomes a case if my client, Hamas, decides to appeal that decision to the judiciary.
Have you we hear about barristers taking cases on the taxi rank and so on, especially in criminal cases. Have you decided to take this case?
What do you mean?
Has it been your decision to take this case? You've been instructed and you've decided to take the case?
Who else would have decided to take the case? I don't understand. So of course I decide what cases I take.
How do you sleep at night?
That's a baffling question because, I mean, do you want me to answer that question? I will if you want.
Yeah, I mean, Hamas are terrorists, aren't they? It's so unbelievably clear.
All right, so I'm going to answer your question. You shouldn't have asked it, but I will answer your question.
I shouldn't have asked it. We have this thing called free speech in this country, so I can ask whatever I like. Perhaps you can answer it.
I will answer the question. It's just you're talking over me. Did you want to hear my answer?
Yeah.
All right. I need you to listen to my answer very carefully because what you've done is extremely dangerous and you shouldn't have asked that question, all right? So please do listen to my response, and when I'm done, I'll say next question, all right? You have just asked me, how do I sleep at night? And what you're trying to do by saying that is you're trying to fix me, you're trying to associate me with my client. There is a very well-established
representing them, Frank. You're representing them. You've decided to this is a conversation. I'm not going to be told whether I can talk or not talk. You've decided to represent them.
So you've invited me to talk over me because you're afraid of what I have to say, is that right?
I'm not afraid of what you have to say, but you're saying that I'm associating you with them.
You seem afraid. You seem afraid.
Afraid? We're having a conversation and I'm asking you...
Well, at the bar, we tend to let each other speak. Is that not the convention?
I'm not a barrister, I'm an interviewer, and you're saying that I'm associating you with your client. You have told me that you have decided to represent Hamas. They are an unspeakably horrific and dreadful organisation.
Oh,
so yes, I am associating you with them. Because you've decided to represent them.
Okay, I think you might be hearing from the police. I mean, I don't know, but it sounds like you might, because the point is that, the low point of this on this side of the Irish Sea was Boris Johnson and Priti Patel using the phrase activist lawyers. They knew what they were doing. They were using it to stoke anti-migrant racism.
And so you see how this all plays out. You've got a lawyer there standing behind this, well, I'm a barrister, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lecture you in law. And the other man quite rightly saying, but this was your choice to represent them. And this, of course, gets wound up in a lot of legal mumbo-jumbo, but at the end you saw the implied threat. Oh, well, you might be getting a call from the police. Really? So let's just get this straight. You're a person who's representing a terrorist group in the United Kingdom. And this presenter's asking you questions about why you're doing that, but surely this is your choice. And then the man goes on to rant a little bit, and you see exactly the personal beliefs. This is a man here who's in that little montage video standing beside a person who left posts on X after October the 7th, likening it to a snake biting you because you've been standing on its head. These are the types of people you're dealing with. He's furthering his own ideology. No, it's not okay to represent a terrorist organisation in the UK. No, that's not okay. It's not okay for you to stand behind this privilege that you have and say, well, I'm a barrister and we have all of these clever legal arguments. That's not okay either. And I think what this is just another pointer to the sickness and the rot that's spreading through our society, and another reason why we have to get rid of the ECHR. This is being used, and it's being used against us. All of these human rights laws are being used to silence us and assist terrorists in this instance. You know, and this gentleman here standing behind this, trying to pleasantly put across legal arguments when presented with the obvious truth. How do you sleep at night? How can you sleep at night knowing you're representing terrorists who kill and murder people and are part of a death cult? And this man just sits and starts talking about the legal profession and then threatens the presenter. This is getting way out of hand, and it just goes to show we can't even stop dinghies coming to our show for people like this gentleman here. This is part of the problem and the sickness in our society. And at some point, we're going to have to stand up and just say enough is enough. This is getting out of hand. Hamas are a bunch of terrorists. And it's as simple as that. There's no getting away from it. Thanks very much for your time.